Greetings, welcome to a beautiful day here on the Gold Coast. I've just spent some time here catching up with some old friends yesterday, and today before I head back to the Southern Downs I'm gonna actually spend some time exploring a few areas from my childhood. So I'm just driving through the suburb of Pacific Pines, or Pack Pines, Packers as we call it. And yeah, this is the area where I grew up. When I first came here, like all those houses you saw me drive through, that was all like pretty much bushland, like just when we moved here. And yeah, like Pack Pines was pretty much like just the frontier before the hinterland. There was really nothing else like outside of that. It was like it was basically just the end of the Gold Coast. But now it's like the city's grown a lot, it's expanded, so now it's like, yeah, Pack Pines has gotten pretty big. And yeah, I'm just in flooded Gum Park here. I used to run here quite often, and yeah, just in here, this little nature strip. This is a nice thin little nature strip that goes just behind where I live, and I had actually quite a few spots in there where I just like to sometimes go. I've always loved hiking, being out in nature, and even like during times where I didn't have much time to go hiking, I had all these special spots, sacred spaces where to me that I just liked going to. So let's just go ahead and just have a look what it's like. The weather here is absolutely beautiful. It's the winter months here in Australia, but yeah, around this region, southeast Queensland, Gold Coast, the days are warm all year round. Nights can get a little bit chilly in winter, but really compared to what I'm used to now in the Southern Downs, like you don't get a proper winter here. Yeah, and just down there is Saltwater Creek. It doesn't always permanently flow. I remember in times when there was drought, it was only a small trickle, but there should be a lot of water in there now because it had a lot of rain this year. The coast even more so than Southern Downs. And wow, I just must say it feels very surreal to be back here. Oh, wait, is that? That's a walking path. Someone made a walking path that's interesting. Someone made a path here. There was no path. The spot that I was talking about that I like to go to is just in here, but there was no path here last time Someone has made a path. I don't know, is there something here? Wow, that's cool. This area has been cleared up a little bit. Used to be very overgrown. There was no path, but I still used to wander in here. Wow. Yep, here's the creek. It's not flowing much, but it's full of water. This is actually a billabong. It doesn't always flow. It's designed to, like, I guess, conserve water for when it's in times of drought. So that's a billabong. This is it. I used to... Oh, this log's been... Yeah, there was a log here that I used to sit on sometimes. I would bring a book here and just read. It's been... Yeah, this area must have been flooded. Yeah, one thing I loved about Pack Pines is that even though, you know, it's a suburb, it's part of the Gold Coast, part of the city, it very much, growing up here, I very much did not feel like I was in a city. You've got plenty of nature, green spaces, just like this. So I used to always come to these places, and it was just, I loved it. It didn't feel like I grew up in a city as such, apart from when I went into the city for, you know, school and work. I had access to places like that. Yeah, someone has completely cleared a walking track through here. I remember it used to be hard to cross here. We had to sometimes you have to walk through a bit of water. I remember this area back here though. This was cleared up. There's an old park bench this way, over here. Wow, this area has been flooded and also probably devastated by a few storms. I remember back a few months, there was a horrendous, devastating storm that, that hit the Gold Coast. This definitely must be some storm damage from back in the last summer. Yeah, there was a park bench somewhere here that was already half destroyed last time I was here. For those of you wondering timeline, I first moved away from the Gold Coast June of 2022. So 2 years ago, July, yeah. So almost exactly 2 years ago to the day. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's exactly the same. No tabletop, just a half decaying park bench. This area was meant to be, I think, some sort of little retreat or mini park, but yeah, nothing much ever came of it, but this was it. Yeah, I must say, like, since coming back here, you know, catching up with my old school friends and now exploring these areas, I am feeling quite nostalgic. Like, all these memories are coming back of all these different times that I was here. So grateful that I have this chance and opportunity to come back here. But it's funny, I could have come back at any time, but it's just, since moving to the Southern Downs, life has just taken a completely different turn. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't... Ooh. Yep, creaking wood. I don't regret anything. At this stage in life, I'm content with the choices I've made. I don't regret moving away, but yeah, this has definitely been long overdue, that just wanting to come back, explore these places. Right, and up here connects to a trail that leads back to the road and then connects to the other part of the nature strip that ran just behind the house I grew up in. So that's where we're gonna go next. Right, you might not be able to see people down there with their dogs. This little field here is actually a dog park. Tons of people always bring their dogs here, walk them off leash. I remember probably countless times, hundreds of thousands of times, just bringing the dogs here, letting them run off leash, have a play. This is there, and then that's the main road up there that goes through Pack Pines. Up there, over there is the hills we drove through earlier on. And now down here we're going to get to the nature strip that I was just talking about, that goes behind the house that I grew up in. There we go. So yeah, got a few apartment complexes here. There's one there, one behind there. And yeah, just this way leads to my primary school, one of the primary schools I went to. Here we are. The nature strip, that's just always what we've called it. A thin strip of land that goes right through between this complex and there's another complex up there and this complex back there and suburban houses. Right in the middle of suburbia, there's just this strip of grassland, nature, forest connecting over there and down to where we were. It just goes right through this, and this nature strip is connected to Narang National Park, right in between all these apartment complexes and suburban living further up. Man, just look at this. Like, from this side all the way to the other end is about a bit over a kilometer. From the time that I'm like a small child, like almost every single day, thousands of times, whether it's walking the dogs, you know, walking on my own, like I'll just walk through here, run through here, whatever. Alright, we've arrived. Now we're getting to the point where you can see all these regular suburban houses that back onto this nature strip. And fun fact, I grew up in one of these houses all along here. I'm not going to say which one, but I grew up in one of these houses for the first 21 years of my life. Always used to come almost every day, walking on this nature strip, sometimes going down there into the forest, hiking these trails, going into Narang National Park. Like, that was it, man. That was my life. That was how I grew up. This is just, I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. I'm just savoring the moment. It is quite emotional, I'm not gonna lie, being back here. So I'm just gonna savor the moment. I'm gonna put down the camera, actually savor and enjoy this moment. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this little strip of nature. See you when the adventure continues on to the next hidden spot and Narang National Park. This is the other apartment complex up there that I was talking about. Now we're gonna head deeper into the heart of this nature strip. It's not very big. It's only a few hundred meters from that side suburbia. This side suburbia, it's longer than it is wide, but now when you're down there, it just certainly does feel like it's in the middle of nowhere. Nature, and again, right in the middle of suburbia. Who would think? So this next spot that we're going to be checking out is very, very interesting. So down in this forest here, I used to always go to this one spot right in the center of this nature strip. But it wasn't just me. There's actually quite a few other people that did the same thing. I never ever have seen anyone else in here, but you know, there's like old tents, you know, chairs, tables, you know, containers and makeshift shelters, like all through here. So of course, obviously, you know, kids or whoever, you know, go in there and yeah, just playing their game at bushcraft survivalism. And I went down here and did a bit of the same thing. Funny enough, I never actually camped down around here, although I very much could have done that. Never did that because I was wasn't quite confident enough to do that at the time, but I definitely came down here a lot, at least a few times a week. And yeah, we're gonna go down. It's the old path. Doesn't look like anyone has made a path here, so this part is definitely much harder to get to than the other one. The key thing will be seeing if I can actually cross the creek or not. I'm trying to remember, how did I even cross the creek? There was some way, but anyway, I know roughly the way. There used to be a mini shelter here, but that's gone now. Might be some remnants, maybe. There's like a small cubby house here. Yeah, there's some wood pieces, yeah, wooden planks, all that here. There's like a small structure here. I can see some. Yeah, you can see some remnants of it. Like, yeah, styrofoam, all that. This has been here a long time. Like, it was obviously there years before even I came down here, and yeah, it was already a long time abandoned. Yeah, that's the style of stuff that you'll find down here. And I can still see, like, roughly. I mean, you can't really see a path, but I know roughly the path that I walked. It was, yeah, down through here. Of course, like in summer, you had to be very careful doing this because risk of snakes. I mean, now we're in winter, so we're fine. Yep, I remember this ditch here. So we hop across. And yep, right down here, once again, is Saltwater Creek. Looks fresh. Could be kangaroos. There was always quite a big herd of kangaroos that actually lived down here. Yep, Saltwater Creek. There we go. It's not that full actually around here. Again, this is not. When you have like sections of it that are like billabongs, so very deep, so it's like very much a natural cistern, right? So like very deep, stores a lot of water, and then the rest of the creek is like a trickle. That's really because Australia has such unreliable rainfalls. You know, we can have periods of flood and then long periods of drought, so it's like A lot of times, like parts of rivers, creeks, they don't flow permanently, or they're just a small trickle like this, and then you have the billabong sections, which then is where the water gets stored. And that's what keeps these areas, you know, nice, green and lush throughout all that time. This is not rainforest around it. This is all temperate woodland, although going into the Gold Coast hinterland, it eventually does link up with rainforest. Yeah, it's not as full as I was expecting, actually. It would. This area only really gets very full when it rains. Which it has a bit recently, but not that much. So it's down through here. This is not as... A big part of this must have been washed out. There was like a much steeper cliff here. It was actually a lot harder to get down. We're getting very close now. Are you kidding me? This thing, this half termite eaten trunk is still standing. You saw all the other damage we had after that storm. Well, all these storms, this area would have gotten flooded as well. It's like, this damn thing is still standing. It's invincible. It really is. Like, it's, wow. I mean, look, you see a big tree there fell down, all that. This thing is invincible. Right, now we're getting to the interesting part. I'm curious to see what's around. There was a tent here, there was a small table, although I think the table might have taken with us when we moved. But I'm pretty sure there's a chair that's still here. If there is, I might take it. Again, like, people have just dumped a lot of stuff around here, or they were using it down here and then it just left it. So there's quite a few things you could reclaim from this region. This is the path up to what was once a makeshift campsite, or may still be a makeshift campsite. Oh, all right. Well, caught. Oh. There we go. Aha. Yeah. Got caught on a vine. Whoa. And a cobweb. There we go. Whew. Okay. Huh. I don't see any sign of anything. No, this is where... Ooh. What's this? Ooh, there's a bucket. Yeah, there's a bucket. Hang on, this is our bucket. Oh, this is... Yeah, this is our bucket. And... fertilizer. Oh yeah! Damn, I remember that. This stuff. This stuff was left here. This is ours. There was a chair here that's gone now. There was a table, no, the table we took. There was a chair here. The chair is not here. All right, I'll take this back. It's funny, I never saw anyone else here, but it's like people have obviously been using this, and that's why I used to always come down here. It's curious, you know, will I meet anyone else? But it's just here, middle of nowhere. Aha! And now over here we have a tent. I'm sure this is damaged. I'm sure this is destroyed. Oh wow. Look at this. Look at this. Yep. Holy shit. Wow. Look at this. What is this? Oh damn. A cup. There's a cup. There's another cup. Some old... I don't know what this all is. Cups. Supplies. What the hell? This is not good. I don't know what any of this stuff is. This is all... Huh. Oh dear. Oh dear. What is this? What the hell is this? Oh yeah, there's glass, gotta be careful. This is, yeah, this needs to be cleaned up. Underwear, glass, pillow, just rubbish stuff dumped here. Ripped tent. Well, I'll leave this in here. I can't clean this up, obviously. I want to do my part, you know, try to sort of clean this area up a little bit. But damn, like, what? I'll take this cup. You can wash this cup out, use it for something. I'm sorry, I'm just like speechless. Yep, down here leads to the other side. That leads to where I have my car parked, where I showed you at the beginning. The creek continues. And up there's where we were walking. This is it, man. The secret spot. A little piece of paradise tucked away, minus the rubbish. I'm gonna take the cups, the bucket, a few things back. I'm quite speechless, honestly, actually, about the mess that's here. But oh dear, what a mess. This needs to be cleaned up, 100%. So I might show some people this footage actually and try to organize to get this cleaned up. I'm willing to, like, because it's like, I've never purposely, you know, left rubbish littered, anything like that. But I have been down here. I have, you know, used the area as other people have. There's nothing wrong being out in nature, but you gotta leave it the way you found it. And in a way, I do feel it's my duty to really get this area to a point where it's pristine and clean again. So I'm gonna pick up as much rubbish as I can when I see it. You know, I'll do simple things. I can't, of course, do this all on my own now, but yeah, this tent here, that needs to be cleaned up 100%. I don't like seeing this area like that. What's this? Wait, what's this? Okay, some tongs. It's still pretty new. Usable. Don't actually have tongs at the moment, so I'll take that. Empty canister of something. Someone obviously was camped out here. Yeah, I spent some time here, but I've never seen this area like this. Doesn't seem like this area has been used. It does look more overgrown. Like there's no clear paths at all anymore. Not that there is paths, but it doesn't look like there's anything clear much anymore. So I don't think there seems to be people moving around here much anymore. So definitely 100% I want to come back one day and clean this up. So I'll bring this stuff back. This bucket, it's fertilizer, yeah, that's ours. I'll also take this cup, do my part, get this area looking clean again. But no, it's I love this spot. It's just beautiful. You can just imagine, like, I will come down here, sit in the chair that was here, read a book, just be out in nature, meditate, whatever. Enjoy my time, enjoy my life. And I actually used to spend, like, right before, up until 2 years ago, living here on the coast. Like, this is also right in the middle of, you know, COVID, all that crap. It's just, I came down here a lot. This was my sanctuary, my safe refuge. I felt safe from everything and anything. It was just a peaceful spot. I loved it down here. I'm sure other people who came down here did as well. It's just a shame about that tent there. All right, well, that's all we could find. Just that bucket and stuff there, which is ours, and yeah, the tent. So yeah, I came back here. That's what I wanted to do. Gonna now move on to the final part of this trip down memory lane. Gonna be doing a hike in Narang National Park. I mean, I've already been out in nature hiking, but I'm keen for some more before I head back. So yeah, let's get a move on. And just wow, just so grateful for this spot. You can't beat it. Like, it's funny, like, I live on the Southern Downs, you know, on the countryside now, but it's like accessibility to nature, I don't have it out there. I don't, even though the creek's beautiful, you know, the block, all that, it's like, you know, it's next to a road and there's like, you know, there's paddocks, you know, it's all fenced off. It's like, this level of accessibility I haven't found out there yet. I mean, there's tons of places to go, nature, hiking, all that, but not like this, man. I haven't found a place out there yet that even matches this, and that's something that I have actually honestly missed. And it really is about also putting things in perspective. Like, you wouldn't think, being in the middle of a city, suburbia, that this would exist, but it does. It's a very special place. It will always have a special place in my heart, and I'll definitely be back here again. I haven't been here since right before we moved, so yes, that's it, man. We move on. Life changes. We evolve, we grow onwards and upwards.